From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, we're seeing a end of a warm day right now. Temperatures into the 50s, 56 degrees in Mason, 57 in Charlotte, and 54 in Jackson, 57 degrees here in Lansing. Rain showers are moving in, and we'll eventually see some rain showers moving in throughout the rest of the overnight and evening hours. Over the next 12 hours, temperatures fall a little bit with those showers sticking around into the day on Monday. All the full details coming up in just a little bit. 6 News at 6 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 6.
There is 2 days left until Election Day, and the candidates are out campaigning in key battleground states, including our own. It's our top story at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rachel Ramsey. Vice President Kamala Harris is focusing on Michigan today. CBS News correspondent Christian Benavides reports from Georgia, where former President Donald Trump is speaking tonight.
In the closing hours of campaign 2024, Vice President Kamala Harris spoke at a church in Detroit Sunday.
These days will demand everything we've got, but when I think about the days ahead and the God we serve, we were born for such a time as this.
Later, the vice president addresses supporters in East Lansing, Michigan. Former President Donald Trump rallied in North Carolina and Pennsylvania. There, he stoked controversy as he talked about the ballistic glass protecting him at the venue.
To get me, somebody would have to shoot through the fake news, and I don't mind that so much.
In a statement, a campaign spokesperson said, quote, "The president's statement about protective glass placement has nothing to do with the media being harmed or anything else." The former president railed against early and mail-in voting while claiming election fraud was already underway.
We should have one-day voting and paper ballots.
This evening, Trump speaks in Macon, Georgia.
Following this Georgia rally, the former president will focus on North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Michigan tomorrow.
Keep Kamala and carry on, Allah.
And millions watched Vice President Kamala Harris in last night's opening segment on Saturday Night Live. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Macon, Georgia.
And East Lansing is taking the spotlight on the campaign trail today. Vice President Harris is right here on Michigan State University's campus. Here is live footage of the rally. It's part of a sprint through Michigan with less than 72 hours to go before polls open on Election Day. Harris is speaking at Jennison Fieldhouse. We have 6 News crews there right now, and we'll have a closer look at the rally as well as some updates on upcoming visits later tonight. A fireball erupting after a semi-truck hit a traffic backup late last night. It happened on I-96 near Weberville. The crash killed 4 people and injured at least 17 others. Take a look at this fire. 6 News reporter Zach Prees was at the scene today. He is here for you now with more information and reaction from witnesses.
Anthony Hattrick, a local ExxonMobil worker, was about to clock in on his overnight shift when something unexpected happened.
I was coming into work, doing my usual routine, and then there was a lady that came in screaming about there's a fire. I looked outside the window. Everything was engulfed in flames.
Michigan State Police say a semi crashed into about 14 other vehicles just before midnight, killing several and injuring more than a dozen others. It happened on the westbound side of I-96 near Weberville. Police had stopped traffic on the highway so DTE crews could work on power lines. They believe the driver of the semi didn't see the stopped traffic, causing the accident, which can be seen in this security camera footage from the gas station. Hattrick says the fire was huge.
I mean, initially I just saw a giant fire tornado. It was big. It was, I'm going to say, probably like 20 feet tall of a fire tornado, basically, above the semi.
The investigation forced police to shut down the highway for hours while they investigated and cleared the wreckage. They are also looking into potential damage done to the overpass. Here for you in Weberville, Zach Prees, 6 News.
Thank you, Zach. And due to last night's crash, westbound I-96 at M52 will be closed for an indefinite period. We will keep you updated as soon as we learn more. In Flint last night, there was an officer-involved shooting that ended with a 17-year-old boy dead. The Michigan State Police say troopers were patrolling when they confronted an armed suspect. MSP says the boy ran and was shot and killed. A loaded pistol was found at the scene. The troopers involved have been placed on administrative leave and an investigation is underway. Stay with 6 News as we learn more. And if you're joining us, that means you remembered to set your clocks back 1 hour last night for the end of daylight savings time. But did you remember to check your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors? Changing your clock for daylight savings happens twice a year, and experts say checking your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors when it happens is a good way to make sure you're doing it twice a year as well, like recommended. It's important to be sure to do this because in an event of an emergency, you'll want your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors to be working, as it could make all of the difference in escaping safely. Before turning it over to Kelsey with the weather, we take you now to Spain, where anger is growing 4 days after terrifying flash flooding killed more than 210 people. The eastern region of Valencia was hit hardest. CBS's Chris Livesay reports on the recovery efforts.
They've come by the thousands, volunteers armed with brooms, shovels, or their bare hands, searching for survivors and the dead, like this rescuer chest deep inside a parking garage. In some areas, more than a year's worth of rain fell in a mere 8 hours. In just minutes, this street goes from bone dry to swallowing cars and flipping them, all before residents got their first emergency phone alert warning them not to leave home.
An anger because it's outrageous that, our local government didn't do anything about it, knowing they well knew that, this was coming.
Climate scientists blame a warmer atmosphere for retaining historic levels of moisture, a slowing jet stream for failing to push the storm away, and parched soil that couldn't absorb the catastrophic downpour.
We have no resources. Everything we have is thanks to the volunteers that are helping.
They're now being joined by 10,000 troops in Spain's biggest peacetime deployment in history, amid the country's worst natural disaster in generations. Chris Livesay, CBS News, Rome.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, we had a quiet day today with temperatures into the 60s, and we did even see some sunshine, but now those clouds are starting to increase, and we do have showers in the forecast. Take a look at our Capital Cam. Our temperature, we're into the 60s, 61 degrees with temperatures right now into the 50s. Our low was into the 30s this morning, and we're going to continue to see those temperatures across the board at 58 degrees right now in Grand Ledge, 60 degrees was the high with a low of 36. So we weren't that cold this morning that we needed to scrape off the windshield, but it was still cold enough that you might have just needed that jacket this morning. Quiet conditions down in Hillsdale, and we're still seeing temperatures into the 50s, 54 degrees right now, and we saw a high temperature of 60 degrees and 35-degree temperature for our low. Making our final stop in Jackson on our Skyview Network cameras, 54 degrees right now. Feeling our high temperature got into the 60s, and our low was into the 30s this morning. We're starting to see those clouds increase, and yes, even some rain showers working their way in, although I'm not sure if this is making it to the ground just yet, as we still have some very dry air at the surface. That's as we have this high pressure system still pulling its way to the east, and we have this low pressure system with this warm front that's going to bring in some very warm air back into the forecast for the first couple of days of the work week, and then it's going to be bringing this plume of moisture back into the area as well. So the good thing is that we are still in a very dry situation, and in fact we're still seeing that moderate drought in most of mid-Michigan, and even that dry conditions in mid-Michigan. So any rain that does fall, it's going to be absorbed rather quickly, and our rivers are still rather dry as well. So heading into tonight, we'll see those rain showers moving through the rest of the area. They become scattered in nature, but then they pick up right after midnight, and they could be heavy at times as we head into the morning commute and as we head into the day on Monday. You could even hear a rumble of thunder with this, so don't be surprised if you're woken up by that overnight. Heading into Monday afternoon, that's when things start to calm down. Then we see more coming in for Monday night into Tuesday. For tonight, temperatures back down into the 50s with cloudy skies and those rain showers sticking around. Temperatures warming up into the 60s, back into the 60s for the day tomorrow. And we do see even warmer conditions for Tuesday. Take a look at Monday. We start with those dry conditions, and dry conditions take us into the afternoon and evening. As we head into Tuesday, early Tuesday morning, that's when that widespread rain showers move in again and could be heavy at times. Then as we head into the mid-morning to mid-afternoon, that's when we see another lull, and then again, more heavier rain moves in for Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. But by Wednesday, we'll see dry conditions in the forecast for the day on Wednesday. Overall, the heaviest rain will be west central Michigan and even parts of central Michigan, but most of us here in the Lansing area will be seeing those precision cast rainfall totals about 1/4 to 1/2 inch overall. So again, we're going to continue to see those quiet conditions on our 6-day forecast. We can see those temperatures into the 70s for Tuesday, and then eventually we see sunshine return and temperatures returning to somewhat normal. But then we do have another chance for some rain showers into next weekend, but cloudy conditions sticking around. Temperatures remaining into the 50s and 60s, which again is a little bit warmer than what we're supposed to be for this time of year.
Okay, got it. Did you enjoy your extra